My friend. Hey, I'm going to take a look at a little bit of news, music related. Get ready for my day. I'm still having my coffee. I get the privilege of teaching 3 days a week in Hilo, Hawaii, and I love the opportunity to be able to play for people. So on Mondays and Tuesdays, I generally go live. So if you got nothing going on around 9, 10 o'clock Hawaiian Standard Time, that's going to be in about an hour and a half. Stick around, make a request, join the music community, and ask questions about music. But today, I just really want to go through some news, check out some stories, look at some new music, expose myself to something that I generally don't listen to. I have many students, so I always have songs coming in and out of my pocket. Yesterday, I got turned on to a band called the Crane Wives. So if you've never heard about the Crane Wives, check them out. You're going to love them. Other than that, what I really like to do is I like to take requests on Monday and Tuesday. I have a whole YouTube channel that's basically giving my students a foundation of musical theory when they're not here at a 30-minute lesson or an hour-long lesson in Hilo, Hawaii. They can actually go online to this YouTube channel and check it out. If you have any question what a chord is, if you see a chord that I'm playing and you're like, oh, I enjoy that sound, I want to see what that looks like, or what maybe some of these chords could be if you name them, augmented chords, diminished chords, their functionality. This whole concept is on this YouTube channel, but today, this is just a cringe comp. You can either cringe at what I'm saying or doing, put something cool in the comment section, try to keep it clean, or just watch along what we do here. I want to learn some new music, but take a look at some new artists that are out there and see what actually is going on in the world musically. Here we go. Let's see here. So YouTube's probably a good place to start. Let's go to my home. My music home wouldn't have anything, so I've actually never. Oh, there we go. Music. Excellent. Oh, cool. So, is this 4 years ago? How would I find new, like fresh? Start off the woot woot. J-pop. What's J-pop? Oh, new to me. Well, that's me. And if you're wondering what's going on right now, if you're popping on this channel, I get it. Guy with a guitar, beard, talking about music, playing music, and then like OCD's kind of like going on a tangent about something. Yep, you've made it. This is exactly what it is. This Imperfect Miserable Man. This is all 2 years ago. Okay, let's try a different direction. Today's music news. A bummer. I don't interface well with the Googles or the Bings or the things that you look stuff up on. Oh, all right. Well, then let's go to Billboard, I guess, here. Billboard music. And can everybody see the screen, or is it fuzzy? Like, I'm looking at my iPad over, and it kind of looks fuzzy. Although, you get the gist. Do you really need to read the nonsense I'm reading? I'm only going to highlight the parts that make sense. Yeah. Let's see. What is this? Miley Cyrus. Yeah, I do a lot of Miley Cyrus songs with my students. Glimpse of her pop opera. Something beautiful. What I think is interesting, when I was a younger person, there were also 16 to 21-year-old female pop stars. It's all the same product. Not going to get into it, but if you are an aspiring actress or musician, know that there is a strategic equation that computes to a great song. It might or might not follow something of musical theory foundations, being called the major and minor harmonic progression, which says that, chords basically have this function. When you have a C major, when you got a C major, and then you have the relative minor of C, C, D, E, F, G, A minor has all the same notes. Because when you play A major, A major has an A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, A. When you have any 7-note scale, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, and you flatten the 3, you flatten the 6, and you flatten the 7, that means that you're taking away that C sharp, now it's a C. You're taking away that F sharp, it's an F. Taking away that G sharp, now it's a G. The reason why A major becomes common tonality, A major to A minor, we don't just flatten the C sharp. We also flatten the F sharp and the G, so you get these natural notes. That's what the beauty of like a relative minor is. When you have a natural minor like A minor, and you add back in that lending tone, or that 7th, it gives it a lot more passion, I would say. That gives you an increased sense of tension that gets resolved. And when it is resolved, it comes back being kind of really an amazing feeling. The other one is called melodic minor, where you do 1, 2, flat 3, 4, 5, natural 6, natural 7. It gives you back both of the tones that you took away, the F sharp and the G sharp. You, however, always remain that minor third. That is the interval that determines whether a chord is major or minor. It's great practice for those of you aspiring how to learn how to sing, to play like a 1. Maybe go up, play the F sharp in the key of D here, and then play the scale, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, while singing, When you can harmonize with your instrument of choice, you can start hearing harmonies that you normally wouldn't use. So it gives you a foundation of called oral skills, and that allows you to hear your intervals, like a major third, perfect fourth, sharp 5. So the augmented. Anywho, blah, 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 blah. Music. Benny Blanco. Never heard of you. Through Selena Gomez. Hated him when they first met. Oh, so this is about the relationships. Awesome. Here's a song that Lisa Blankpink says changed her life. Don't know who that is, and I'm glad music has affected your brain. Steph, 100 best dance songs. I like dance songs. The thing I have an issue with a lot of dance songs, I like the rhythms like but this goes on the whole song. You get this. If you would just add that little break in the rhythm, it wouldn't sound so synthesized. But the concept is, it is synthesized. It's all beep, 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 boop. Whenever you do see a dance band that's like really good dance band, but it's played with live instruments and music, that's so much fun because there's a little bit room for interpretation or improv, which, in my opinion, music is kind of lackluster unless you get the privilege of sharing it with other people. Wet Leg debuts 7 new songs. Ooh, there's a band called Wet Leg. Well, let us go do that. Wet Leg. That sounds like a great band name. Uh-oh. Is it one word? Wet Leg music? Oh. No. Interesting. Your mom? That doesn't seem appropriate. Let's go back here and see what that was. Wet Leg debuts 7 new songs at Intimate Show in Brighton, London. Oh, looks like an all-female band, too. Wet Leg. Dare I say, I'm going to click on it. The Billboards. The band has an identity. That's amazing. Hester Chambers, Ren Testel, Wet Leg. Cool. Coachella. Good for them. Very proud. Wet Leg. Cool. Boom to the band. See, this is all poppy. I would like to go see what Wet Leg sounds like. Boom, 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 boom. All right, well, couple million views. That is amazing. Let's listen to Wet Dream. That kind of something a little bit more PC. Oh no, I don't believe it.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Jake from State Farm, everybody.
That's okay.
With Kodiak in your back pocket, you'll never have to worry about midday crashes ever again. 10 grams of protein, whole grains, and
See a couple of these comments. See if people there's nuts in this comment section as there are mine. Does anyone get those dark mop outfits? Sing love blah blah doo. Okay, I dig it. And then the end of the video, there's a capture piece. It went quiet. Did my thingy didn't go quiet? No? Okay! So, I like that song, Wet Leg. So, that is the kind of stuff that I think would go over super well anywhere. It's danceable music. Had that B, D, A, B, D, A, B, D, A, B, 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 D, A. Octaves really work, but 5 chords like power chords really work to do. I tried a 9 chord there. Sounded a little bit too much like Sting. Like Tool? Do modulations on it maybe? Definitely jammable. So yeah, I would throw this into a set list in an upcoming gig because it's newer. It's the 1-chord jam. Now, here's what my takeaway on the end half of this is. It's very repetitive. There was no break. There's no change. It's just the A form. It just goes through the A over and over. The one caveat that I did enjoy is it went from a louder and then it had a quieter section. Almost as if there was a refrain or a B part, but it really was A through the whole thing. I enjoy music that's like that has different characteristics to it, that still does that, but it also has like a little bitty intro that's avant-garde. So maybe like, what was this in B? The relative minor of B is G minor, so maybe like a weird G minor chord, like a G minor 6. With a flat 9, would they work? I don't know if my fingers do that. Like start off with this vamping. You get just really loud, super loud, having a lot of weird noises. And then go into the groove. And then at the end of the song, after you get dun, 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 end it hard. That's a great cadence ender. Or dun, 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 fade out. But that seems anticlimactic for this tune. Going back to that same chord. I don't know. Just one person's opinion. Let's go back to the idiot tube and watch some bands doing stuff I can't do on stage. Also, they played at Coachella. That's very cool. I love it. I think I'm gonna learn a couple more songs. I'm gonna leave that tab up, and I'm gonna go back to it so I could learn the song and put it on the channel. Why not? All right, let's look at more. Who's Kelsey Ballerini? Ballerini uses her steal after Bee Gees' duet on The Voice. What is that? The Voice, I think, is a TV show with people who sings. Judged by people who sings. Kirk Hammett working on debut solo album. Oh, really? Hasn't done his own album. I bet you it's going to be ridiculously wild. I do like Kurt. Very underrated as far as guitar players go. It's kind of like everything. Every great band, like even The Doors, Robbie Krieger, stuff like that. Really, these, you know what? These are more about people. I don't really so much care about the people who do it. I want to hear about new music, I guess. New music artists and their songs. Like, has anybody heard of the bass player Mohini Day or, Ooh, Ice Spice. Now, here are some new people. How about you just show me their... Here it is! Stereo Gum, eh? If you say it backwards, because my brain always sees everything, you'd have Mogo Restra. Most Restras. That'd be a fun band name, too. All right. New artists. You know, I like to pick something that's a little bit appropriate. The French indie poppers, eh? I can tell you, it's going to be better than our poppers. Looks like a product commercial, a fashion product. Anicia, I guess, Princess Pop. Cool, detached graces seems to belong to an entirely different world. Baby Osama, health percentage most Def Loaf? What is this? It seems as if this is music that I wouldn't understand, so I should check it out. Ben Stellar. All right, Screaming. New Yorkers, good, so they probably play. Boss Man. What's up? Oh, he's got them stacks. Good for him. Devontae. I know a couple Devontaes. Turkey. Okay. Sample over the James. Down, 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 down. So if you need to know the... You'd be able to do something along the lines of, let's say, like an A minor. When you go down, make a major minor, you're just dropping down one of the notes in the middle here. So you would drop down your C, your A to a A flat. And then hold the A7, revealing the G. This is just walking down your major 7th, your minor 7th, and then open. Fun, fun. Boy, coma. And boy, you're telling me. Wish I'd been born in California, in New York. Da, da, da. So it has the California feel. I would like to highlight female artists. Deerlady. Naming debut greatest hits. Shadowy indie marker. Yeah, hypnotize. Okay. Let's listen to this then, Deerlady. Although this might pull up some weird videos from people that, oh, never mind. Then I saw her face. It really gets me when people write songs that have the same titles as popular songs. Like, I would never write a song and be like, this song is called Stairway to Heaven. Well, whatever it is, I can tell they're already good by the way that their bass player is holding their pocket hand. Wonderful job. Also, great studio. They were wearing in-ears, and they both look like they sing. Wunderbar. Well, Believer looks like it's one of their popular tunes, so I'm going to take a gander at that. Yeah. Pause those McCain smile. Food that I'll never buy. I never buy any ads ever. Not one. Not one. Just a simple walk down into it. B minor, B major with an A, B major with a G sharp, and then it goes into the F sharp minor. So this whole song basically is A, B minor, C sharp minor, D major, E major, F sharp minor, and then you can do an E dominant or a G sharp diminished. Diminished are cool chords. If you have any questions about this, check out this YouTube channel for explanations. Nice bits. I'm going to check out Deerlady, a couple other songs, but I'm definitely going to try this one. This one's called Believe. I guess I'll just leave the browser here. Believer. Makes sense. I still want to believe.
Welcome back to this U.S. Open office plan.
Miller just lobbed a message way over Jones's head using some technical jargon.
Let's see if they can use Grammarly to their advantage. Jones is using it to make her point in a friendly way. And now Miller's taking a technical doc and asking Grammarly to rewrite it. Let's see if it makes the difference. It's love all, but does Jones feel it?
Yes, they're aligned. Game, set, and match.
Thanks to Grammarly, every word you write helps you reach your goal.
Download Grammarly for free.
Let's see their YouTube channel. I should subscribe to these. On my channel, I subscribe.
I know you with me.
4 minutes and 20 seconds. Well, let's watch this one. When I do a little thing for it, it's just going to be showing how to do one chord. everybody that's going to watch this in the future, I hope you enjoyed this little tidbit into what somebody who plays a little bit of music, doesn't take themselves too seriously, looks at. Picked out a couple new artists. I'm going to try to do this every once in a while and just show some artists that are doing their thing. And then I'll put a how-to video on how to play their items on the channel for anybody who's interested. What I found is, even though my tastes vary, sometimes, you know, blah, 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 people like things other than what I like. I get that. So what I try to do is just be a part of a little bit of a broader taste to a little bit of the music, and then shed a little light. For my students that come and visit me, the lessons, hey, unknown, how can you guess a chord in that song that's suited to be something sound or melody? How can you guess a chord in that song that is suited to something sound or melody? Off of that chord, the D minor is relative to the F major. In the key of F major, we have F major, G minor, A minor, B flat major, C major, our D minor. And then we've got like a C7. It gives us our E diminished. It's a lending tone which goes back into that one chord. So there's something called the major or the minor harmonic progression. We were alluding to it earlier in this video. I'll just do it through the eyes of C. F for this key is an interesting one, but C is what we generally teach from. When you play a C major, D minor, E minor, F major, G major, A minor, and then you have your B diminished, that goes back into your C. All of those chords are essentially each other. The reason why family chords or keys have relativity in 7 notes in the Western air, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, is because whenever you alter any of those, they fit other chords which aren't just the normal 1, 3, 5. 2 harmonies, dyads, which make up a triad. So when you play like a C major, its relative minor, which is 6 notes away, is A minor. Well, that's the minor 6 of the chord. So the 1 and the 6 are the same. When you play the 2 chord, the D minor, well, that's the relative minor of the 4 chord. And when you play the E minor in the chord, which is the minor 3rd, that's the relative minor of the 5 chord, the G. So in the key of C, there really isn't anything that is anything super, super special. So when chord structures like that was in that progression was the 6th chord in the key of F, and it went to the 2 chord in the key of F. So if I did the same thing in the key of C, it would be A minor, and then it would go to the 2 chord, the D minor. So it'd be like... So guessing the chord progressions and how they come is relative to the key signature, and then guessing if it's suited for something, it just depends on the motif. Now the motif over the top, I think I heard like... that falls into having like a natural minor, 1, 2, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 6, flat 7, 1. If I influence the G sharp, it would feel like its lending tone for A major, and because all music is viewed through the eyes of the major, A minor is kind of just the common chord substitution, knowing that we get rid of the C sharp, the F sharp, and the G sharp. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1 becomes 1, 2, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 6, flat 7, 1. All these things that I'm talking about can be found on this YouTube channel. If you look up in the playlist that has stuff about theory. Another thing that would be hard to talk about for sound or melody would be relativity of intervals. How do those intervals sound on an interval, on a melody? And then do those notes fit into the 7 diatonic notes that are in that scale? If you want to look up some of the past recaps I've had for a student named Scott on here, piano, but it still goes over part writing for 3-part at least. Anywho, I'm going to jump off here, do a couple videos that had been requested, learn some music, and stop back in here in like 45 minutes. Check out the live stream. Gonna take requests, have fun, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm shamelessly trying to get watch time hours. So close to being monetized. When I am, I'll actually buy a better setup here, get a different program besides the OBS, which I'm not a big fan of. And then, you know, keep doing the deal. Loving music. Unknown, thanks for being here. Did that help? How can you guys go? Because I have a problem with unusual chords which are major and minor, like the sound of other types of chords besides major and minor chords. Like the sound? Because I have a problem in other than usual chords which are major and minor, like the sound of other types. Okay, quick explanation. 4 types of chords which are all music. They're called tertiary harmonies. Everything is called a triad or a chord. It's based off of juxtaposition of these two notes to these two notes. One being the center point. When you flatten something, like going from an E to an E flat, you are making the tones switch. These two notes, when you stack them, are three different notes. The 1, 3, and 5 of a chord is what all triads are. 1, 3, 5 is a major, like a D major, as a D, F sharp, and A. When you play a D, F, A, you get a D minor. When you play that D, F, and a flat A, you get a D diminished. When you play that same 1, 3, 5, but you sharpen the 5 and keep the major 3, you get it augmented. So the thing that I think that you're asking or looking at is, besides a major or minor chord, inside of a scale of like do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, you have T. Well, that C sharp is called a diminished. In the key of D, you could play the A7, which is called a 5 dominant, which kind of sounds like the 7. Again, nothing new inside the chord. D feels like the relative minor, the B minor. The E minor feels like its relative minor G, which is the 4 chord. When you play the, the F sharp minor, the F sharp minor feels like the 5 chord, the A, and then the A played as a dominant feels like your diminished. So all those chords in their form are the 1, 3, 5, 1, flat 3, 5, 1, flat 3, flat 5. The only chord most people don't get to experience is the augmented, because it's not in a major key. And when you see that you could swap out any diminished pretty much for a type of augmented, they always work. I like these. Building a lot of tension. Anywho, if you like this, check out the channel. It talks about a bunch of different things like chord extensions and how to start naming chords and how to have fun and start using them. And if you have any question about any chord ever, just type in my silly name, WAGO, and the chord name, and a video will pop up. Aloha to you. Thanks for popping in here today. My wife. I'll see you in 45 minutes when we have fun doing the live stream. Aloha to you.